Hello and welcome to Rahineska for the Junior Hurling C finals this evening between Ballypickas and Colt. Just give you a rundown on the team here first. The Ballypickas team lines out as Anthony Carter in goals, number 2 Tony D, Frank Hall number 3 and Brian Larkin number 4, number 5 Ben Brennan, number 6 Brendan Keogh and Tom Connor number 7, Shane Mack and Paddy Gorman form the midfield, Paul Brennan, Michael John Tierney and Pat Fitz on the half forward line, Eamon Carter, Ray Dalton and Michael Fitzpatrick on the full forward line. Now the Colt team lines out. Late switches here now at the moment. Patrick Brennan in goals, Stephen Sinnott full back, PJ Moffat Stephen Sinnott corner back, PJ Moffat full back and Eamon Lenny the other corner. Shane Dunn, Pat O'Connor and Mick Farrell on the half back line, PJ Sinnott and Kevin Farrell in the middle of the field, Dan Dalton, Michael Malone and Brian Scully on the half forward line. Austin Kavanagh, Sean Murray and Michael Dalton form the full forward line. And Mark Brennan hasn't met us this evening owing to suspension, so Mick Malone comes in at centre forward and PJ Moffat goes from centre forward to full back. And now Dan Guider is about to throw in the ball and the game is on. And Shane Mack drives it up the field. And it's Pat Connor. He tries to rise it. He fails. Pat Fitz gets in. Paddy Gorman, they're all tussling. Pat Gorman has it again. Pat Connor drives it down the field. And it goes to Sean Murray. Across the field into Michael Dalton. Frank Cal has it. Oh, Austin Kavanagh has it in the hand. Austin drives it across the square now. Tony Day gathers and drives it out towards the line. Over to Tom Connor. Tom Connor lets fly on the ground. Back across into Michael Dalton. Michael Dalton trying to rise it again. Dan Dalton, his brother. Sean Murray with the ball again. Sean Murray misses. Now Dan Dalton again. Dan across the square. Dangerous ball. And it's gone wide from Dan Dalton. A very close call there for Ballypickas. Could have been ended up in the net for a goal. Now Tony Carter with the puck out here. Veteran Tony Carter. He drives the ball out towards the middle of the field. Towards Paul Brennan. Paul, who has come back out of retirement after a layoff of 3 years. Dan Dalton is causing to be a problem there at the moment. Into Sean Murray. Sean Murray turns. Great block down by Frank Hall, by the full back. Austin Kavanagh has it. Brian Larkin pulls, he's on the ground. Paddy Gorman has it. Can't get it up. A free up. Free up for Ballypickas. Foul on Patrick Gorman there, middle of the field. Shane Mack picks up the ball now. Shane drops it on the ground. Ballypickas, I think little bit of wind. Ballypickas with the assistance of the wind. One-handed Paddy Gorman. Paddy's going through. Paddy strikes, but a bad ball in. PJ Moffat hits it back out. Strong pulling there by the cornerback for Colt. Eamon Delaney. Oh, free end there for Ballypickas. A foul by Pat Connor and Pat Fitz. The referee blows the whistle now for the free end taken by Shane Mack. A wide ball by Shane Mack. Shane Mack misses an easy free. Scores like that want to be pointed. Maybe 30 yards out. Paddy Brennan drives the ball way out past the middle of the field. Brendan Keogh. Ben Brennan drives it. Ben Brennan. Tom O'Connor. It's on the ground. They're driving it on. Brendan Keogh has it. He's driving out forward. Getting it hard to get out. Great strike by Brendan Keogh. Up to Paul Brennan. Paul Brennan misses. Paul Brennan rises. Paul Brennan drives in a great ball into Rocky Dalton. Rocky pushes a free out. Free out on PJ Moffat. Pushing it back by Ray Dalton there. Great ball in by Paul Brennan. Fortunately a little bit too far for Rocky Dalton. Free taken by Eamon Delaney. Shane Dunn. A blood subbing now for Colt at the moment. David Phelan in for Dan Dalton, gone off injured. Rocky Dalton has it. Pat Fitz. PJ Moffat. Pat Fitz again. Mick Farrell strikes it straight to a Ballypickas man. Michael John Tierney. Michael John strikes into the goals. Oh. And Colt get it back out again. Strong defend here by Colt. So there is. Eamon Delaney. Pulling strong. Mick Farrell has it. Joppy Fitz has it. They all have it, but no one has it at the end of the day. Pat Fitz has it. And a great score by Pat Fitz. Great score by Pat Fitz from Ballypickas. The first score of the game. Linesman now calling for the referee for the blood sub to go back in. Dan Dalton goes back in. Paddy Brennan strikes a long ball way down into the half back line. Ballypickas. Tom Connor baits it back out. Michael John makes a swing. Ben Brennan on the ball. No, he loses it. Ben Brennan is after it again. So yes. Oh, Austin Kavanagh. We have a tussle here, no one knows where it's. And Pat Fitz pulls on the ground. And Paddy Gorman up the field with Solon. So yes. Paddy Gorman still with it. Oh, a bad hand pass over Pat Connor's head. Pat Connor retrieves it again. Pat Connor gets it. Now we have a little bit of a skirmish here between Mick Fitz and Eamon Delaney. Handbag stuff here. The referee calls Mick aside. Tells him to go down the field now and none of that, go out that whole messing. And a free now for Pat Connor here. Pat hasn't hurled intermediate for a few years now, but came back for the junior C's this year. Great hurler, Pat Connor, centre back. Now the referee, I think he's having a word with the corner forward and the corner back here. Eamon Delaney and Michael Fitz. I think it could be the black book. A yellow card for the two of them. Michael Fitz and Eamon Delaney, yellow card so early in the game. Pat Connor standing over the free. On his own half back line. He gets a bad stroke at it. First out to the ball is Dan Dalton. Dan still a minor. Too many steps, Dan. Too many steps by Dan Dalton. A free for Ballypickas again. Just very close game at the moment. One score to Ballypickas, no score to Colt. After 10 or 12 minutes. A great crowd here this evening on both banks. All rivalry here between Colt and Ballypickas. The Hillbillies again, the boys, the Belgies. And a free by Paddy Gorman. And Michael John Tierney misses. Pat Connor gets it, he drives down the field into the Ballypickas square. But Frank Carl beats it back out. Brendan Keogh, no. Mick Malone misses it. Now, Ben Brennan with it. No. Brian Larkin clears from corner back. Kevin Farrell. Kevin has it. A few heavy tackles and a great score by Kevin Farrell. A great score by Kevin Farrell, ever shipping a few heavy tackles. Ballypickas 103 FM here. Jim G alive. 1 point each for Ballypickas and Colt here. On a nice, cool evening in Rattinesca. A bad puck out by Tony Sod Carter. Dan Dalton gets it again. Dan caused a few problems there. A bit of pace he has. A bad wide by Dan again. Bad wide by Dan. Dan and Michael, two brothers here. Dan 10 and Michael 15. I think they're twins. Ball out by Tony Carter again. Kevin Farrell beats it down. Frank Call clears it. Austin Kavanagh. Bit of a mix up between the two Colt lads. Shane Mack now number 8. Heavy pulling here. Brendan Keogh has it. Brendan Keogh clears a great drive. A great ball from the centre back up to Paul Brennan. Mick Farrell has it. He clears it, but a bad ball straight into the Rathneska man's hand. Pat Fitz. He gets blocked. He has it again. He loses it. Dan Dalton again with it. A great ball into the full Mick Malone and Sean Murray and Frank Hall. Back out to Brendan Keogh. Brendan clears again. Straight out to Paul Brennan and he's and David Phelan. A line ball for Colt here. David Phelan and Paul Brennan have a great tussle over in the far wing. So they are. Colt sideline ball here now. Going to be taken by Stephen Sinnott, I think. Stephen Sinnott's about to take this one. A great stroke by Stephen Sinnott. Straight to Mick Malone. Mick straight to Kevin Farrell. Kevin drives it on into Austin. Austin, one hand. Austin, you won't get the ball up with one hand, Austin. You may use your two hands. Strong pulling in here now. I have Roten and poking. Brendan Keogh has it, has he? He has it, he hadn't. He lost it. Wild pulling here again. Austin Kavanagh. Oh, a free in. A free by Brendan on for who did it was? For PJ Sinnott. PJ Sinnott suffered an injury in the recent challenge match in Commerce, a broken wrist. So unfortunately, PJ couldn't make it today, and we wish him well. Dan goes for goal, saved by Tony Carter. Tony bursts out, and Tony drives it out over the sideline. A great save by Tony. Tony had a great game in the semi-final, so he had. Again, Rathneska pulled off some great saves after getting a heavy belt in the first half. A line ball now for Colt again, be taken by young Dan Dalton. Dan lines her up. Players. Oh, great ball in, long, low ball in. And Mick Malone pulls, but Brendan Keogh clears. Paul Brennan has it. He loses it. Young Phelan has it again. No. Dan Dalton on the run. And Dan strikes. And Dan strikes a great score by Dan Dalton. Dan is causing a few problems there for the Ballypickas half back line at the moment. Young and pacey. Dan will have to be curtailed if Ballypickas need to win this final this evening. And the ball out by Tony Carter again. Out to Dan Dalton. Out over the sideline. A line ball for Colt again. Ballypickas getting it hard to clear the lines here at the moment. Under severe pressure from Colt. A great ball in. A great ball. Boston Havner has it. No, he loses it. Austin has it again. No, he loses it again. Paddy Gorman is over it. He gets a free out. Austin Kavanagh, his arm around him. A free out now for Ballypickas to be taken by Frank Hall. Frank clears it. Michael John Tierney, the Laois footballer, senior footballer here, playing centre forward this evening. Made a return to the Ballypickas colours for the semi-final 2 weeks ago against Rathneska and scored 1-2. In again, Frank Hall beats it back out. Frank having a great tussle here with Mick Malone, two big men, and another free out for Ballypickas. Frank Hall play well there now in the full back line at the moment. Two big men here, Sean Murray and Frank Hall. And Tony Day bends over now to strike it, and Tony drives it. Oh, Tony, a bad ball by Tony. And Mick Malone drives it in. And Tony Carter has it again. And Tony clears. Tony playing well in the goals here now at the moment. Now Ben Brennan is over it, stands over it. He loses it. He loses it to Brian Scully. Brian Scully is gone. Gun stolen. Ben is after him. And Ben strikes. Oh, a bad strike by Brian. It was a bad strike by Brian. After getting possession and winning it and taking on his man and then to drive a bad wide. Tony Carter with the ball in the hand now again. Taking his time. Ballypickas playing up the hill. The slight bit of a hill is in it. Playing up towards Portlaoise. The Rock of Dunamace. Tony drives her out now. The ball out into midfield. Playing Paddy Gorman and Kevin Farr. Ben Brennan and Brian Scully tussle for it again. Great ball in again. Frank Cal. Frank clears again. Great ball out by Brian Larkin. Tom Connor strikes. He misses. He gathers again. And Tom clears his lines. Michael John Tierney on the ball. Michael has it. Michael has a small bit more pace for the ball than Pat Connor. Paul Brennan on the ball. And Paul drives it in. Pat Fitz does well. And Pat Fitz still has it. Someone to give him a hand out. A great ball into Jappy Fitz. Pat Connor is after. Pat Fitz is back in there again. Pat having a great game here. Pat Fitz is. Now straight to Tierney. Tierney has it. And Tierney strikes. And Tierney puts over the bar. A great ball by Michael John Tierney. A great score. After hard work by Pat Fitz and Mick Fitz here. Made that score for Michael John Tierney. The TV star. Paddy Brennan now with the referee. A man injured here now at the moment. I think it's young Mick Dalton. Son of Paddy Brennan with Paddy getting a great clearance to these puck outside. Going into the Ballypickas half back line here. Brendan Keogh hurling well here centre back. Shane Dunn drives it in. Back up by Frank Cal again. Austin Kavanagh. Austin getting it hard to get it up. I think there's a bit of a chop down there on him, but the referee says play on. Nobody can see where the ball is at the moment. Ben Brennan clears, drives. Tom Connor is on it. Tom Connor drives it up along the wing. Not gone. Ball is gone now. Line ball for Colt here. Johnny Carroll, the linesman, signaling for Colt. Be taken by Mick Farr. A bad selling ball by Mick Farr. And Paddy Gorman has it. Or Shane Mack, I should say. Straight to Pat Fitz. Pat Fitz has it. Pat very dominant here at the moment. Back to Paddy Gorman. Ben tries to wrest it up. He fails to get it. Mick Malone has it. Mick, a big strong man. Back into Frank Hall. Frank clearing his lines again. Tommy Power. Tommy scores a great point. Tommy's after being introduced there as a sub. Little bit of pace now Tommy has. Good score by Tommy. Score now 3-2 to 3 points for Colt, 2 points to Ballypickas, and the puck out by Tony Carter out to the middle field. Pat Fitz on it again. No one to help out Pat at the moment. And Pat Connor drives it down straight into Dan Dalton. A race between Dan Dalton and Ben Brennan, and Ben gathers, and Ben clears. A great ball by Brian Brennan straight up into Ned Carter, and the ball comes back out to Pat Connor again. And Pat clears a great ball down to Brian Larkin again. Brian Larkin does well. He's hooked by Tommy Power, and Brendan Keogh gathers, and Brendan Keogh clears. Brendan playing well here at the moment, centre back. Straight out to Tierney. Tierney one hand. Pat Connor and Shane Mack makes a swipe, misses. A free in for Colt again. Free in. Be taken by Dan Dalton. Dan's now to take this free. Out around the middle of the field. A great strike by Dan. A great ball into the square by Dan. And a cleared back out by Ballypickas again. By Frank Carr. Frank races out for it, but beaten in the race by Brian Scully. Ball going back in again into Dan Dalton. Dan goes to strike, but it's hooked. Straight to Frank Hall, and Frank clears back out to the middle of the field. Paul Brennan. Pat Connor. Pat Fitz is on the ball. And a free in. Bit of a swing by Shane Mack and Pat Connor. Ballypickas beat it back out. Strike by Dan. A great strike by Dan. Straight over the bar. Great free by Dan. Ballypickas want to cut the free now. Maybe 40-50 yards out because Dan will punish him. Tony Carter with the ball again. Tony's a busy man here at the moment. Pucking out the ball. Shane Mack. Shane on it. Shane, a minor at the moment here, playing for Ballypickas ABBA Leagues, who are in the minor semi-final. Shane, lot clashing here at the moment. And Shane Dunn clears straight into Brian Larkin and Tommy Power, with Brendan Keogh clears. Paddy Gorm standing over it. A lot of rooting going on here. And a free in for Colt again. A free again, Ballypickas here again. Maybe about 50 yards out. And Dan Dalton here to punish Ballypickas again. Colt now leading by 4 points to 2. Dan bends over. And Dan strikes. A great strike by Dan again. Great score by Dan Dalton. Colt leading now 5 points to 2. Puck out by Tony Carter again. Brendan gathers. Brendan clears. Into Tierney. Tierney's on his bike. And Tierney lets fly. Oh. Into Rocky Dalton. And Stephen Sinnott has it. PJ Moffat has it. And PJ clears. A great ball back out to Pat Connor. Pat Connor gathers. Pat clears a great ball down along the wing. Straight into Tony Day. A sideline ball for Colt once again. Falls out of Tony's hands. Line ball now for Colt once again. Ballypickas under a bit of pressure now in the moment. Getting very dark here now in Rathenisk at the moment. Oh, a bad sideline ball by Mick Malone. A free out for Ballypickas. Foul on Paddy Gorman. Free to be taken by Brendan Keogh. Brendan, another man who came back this year after retiring from hurling 2 years ago. Brendan strikes and clear. Great ball up. Into Pat Fitz. Fitz has on a hurl, he loses it. He drives it in. Shane Dunn clears. Paddy Gorman has it again. Paddy's on the run. And Paddy shoots. A wide ball by Paddy Gorman. Ballypickas missing a few chances now. The ball is poked out by a quick ball by Paddy Brennan to Mick Fard. And Mick Fard clears down along the wing. Down between Brian Larkin and Tommy Power. And Tommy has it. And Tommy lets fly. A wide ball by Tommy Power. Great strike by Tommy Power. Brian Larkin doing a good marking job on Tommy at the moment. Brian a tight marker. And Tony Carter here, a very busy man pucking out this ball this evening. A low ball out. Dan Dalton gets it. Dan has it. Dan strikes it back in again. A free in on Tommy Power. A free in, a close in free here for Colt once again. Ballypickas losing their way now a bit. Free be taken once again by Dan Dalton. Colt selectors telling Dan to hurl it over the bar, not to go for a goal. Every score counts now at this moment. Ballypickas men line the goals, and a point by Dan again. Ballypickas under a bit of pressure now at the moment. 6 points to 2 in favour of the men from Colt. Colt going into this match slight favourites. Brendan Cure gathers. And Brendan Cure clears a great ball up to Michael John Tierney. He misses. Ned Carter. Ned on the ball. He hand pass back to Paul Brennan. Paul Brennan has it. And Tierney has it. Another wide ball. A great score from Michael John Tierney. From a pass from Paul Brennan. Great score for Ballypickas. Patrick Brennan to hit out again. Patrick gets a great clearance into these balls from the puck outs. Straight to Paddy Gorman. Paddy Gallers and strikes it back up to the great Jappy Fitz. Now pushing it back by Eamon Delaney. Ballypickas coming back into the game ever so slightly. Foul on Mick Fitz by Eamon Delaney there. A great battle by these two men. Tough as nails, these two. Michael John Tierney to hit this one. Michael who scored 1-2 in the semi-final. Stephen Parkman made return to the Ballypickas colours after a layoff of maybe 3 year, 4 year. Tierney strikes and Tierney puts over the bar. And now the score reads Colt 6, Ballypickas 4. A great ball by Paddy Brennan again, straight into Brendan Keogh. Brendan McMillan having a great tussle there at the moment. Paddy Gorman gets it hard to clear. Dan Dalton on the run again. Dan out to Brian Scully. Another young player, Brian Scully, son of Dan Scully's. And Tony Day clears it back out. And Shane Mack on the ball. And Shane pulls with Shane Dunn. Shane Dunn has it. Shane strikes. And Shane hits the post and back out. And the referee is blowing the whistle. I think it's a penalty. A penalty for Colt. The referee I think a little bit hard there on Ballypickas for that one. It's a penalty for Colt. Harsh decision by the referee. Dan Dalton. No. Sean Murray attempted to strike this one. Sean a big man. The Colt selectors are shouting in for Dan Dalton to take it, not Sean. But Sean is standing over it. Sean rises and lifts her. And then Sean scores a point out of it. Tony O'Dea to strike this ball out from the puck out. Straight back out to midfield, out to Shane Mack. Ben Brennan on the ball. Ben clears it up. Up to Tierney again. Tierney goes by Tierney into Eamon Carter. Eamon Carter attempts to flick it out to Tierney, but it doesn't work out for him. On the ground. On the ground, the referee calls throw it in. So after the referee going to throw it in here. Throws it in, Shane Mack clears up to Jappy Fitz. Name it Lenny pulls. Rocky Dalton. And a free out. Rocky chops down on the cornerback. Free out now for Cole yet again. The free to be taken by Stephen Sinnott. Straight down to Kevin Farrell. Kevin Farrell, a big man. Straight into Brendan Keogh. Brendan bases it back out. Again. Straight out to Dan. Dan causing quite a few problems here. Straight into Tony Carter. Oh, the goalie blocks down, but unfortunately the full forward for Colt misses. And Ballypickas clear yet again. Tom Connor on the ball. Tom drives up the wing. Straight into young Mickey Dalton. Mickey gathers again. Mickey go around in circles at the moment. Doesn't know what to do with Mickey, doesn't. Drives it into Brendan Keogh. And Brendan clears it back up the field again. Out to Pat Fitz. Pat Fitz has it. Pat Fitz is on the run. Pat on the run. He flicks over to Paul Brennan. Paul Brennan has it. Paul is on the ball again. And Paul strikes it over to Tierney. And Tierney has it. Tierney strikes. And a great score by Tierney once again. I think it's a bit of a show here at the moment between Michael John Tierney and Dan Dalton. Paddy Brennan strikes once again. Brendan Keogh coming strong for it. And Brendan gathers again. Brendan, he kicks it out in front of him. No one to help out Brendan at the moment. Pat Connor on it. Pat Connor drives in. Out into the corner to Tony Day and Tommy Power. Power has her. And Power's gone like a rocket with it. He's coming stalling in. A great save by Tony Carter. A great save by Tony Carter. And Tom Connor once again. And Tom clears it again. And Ballypickas are clearing the lines here. Then the referee calls for half time. Great defence here by Ballypickas at the moment. And the scoreline reads 7 points to Colt, 5 points to Ballypickas at half time in Rattinesca. The critics here beside us from Ballaroan Abbey. Ballypickas now and Colt ready to resume again. Don't think there's any changes on either team at the moment. Kieran Savage and Eddie trying to rally up the Ballypickas boys now. 2 points down now at the moment. In a closely fought encounter here in Rattinesca. Dan Dalton now has moved to the middle of the field for Colt. So he has. Dan causing quite a few problems there for Ballypickas. Change now for Ballypickas. John Fitz going in corner forward and Eamon Carter coming off. John playing a half forward last day and the ball is in. Mick Malone has it. Mick has Paddy Gorman. Jappy Fitz. Jappy Fitz pulls. Pat Connor pulls. Jappy pulls again. Ben Brennan goes down and Ben drives it in. Tierney misses it. The ball has been took out. Jappy Fitz pulls on it in. Tierney's on it. And Tierney rises there. And Tierney strikes. And the ball back out off the post. And Paul Brennan has it in his... No, he hasn't. He tries to rise it, Paul. And Paul drives it back out. And Paul's still after it. Paul getting hard again. Now he has it back in his hand. And Paul strikes a great ball into the square. And John Fitz at coming sub puts it over the bar. A great score by John Fitz. And a long ball in from Paul Brennan. A dangerous ball in. 7-6 now the score reads in favour of Colt. Nothing between these two sides now. Ballypickas after fighting back. I think we're in for a great second half here. Patrick Brennan drives the ball out. Out to Pat Fitz. Pat Fitz blocks it down. Shane Lawler. Shane Mack pulls. Pat Connor on the ball. Michael Fitz now gone to centre forward. Michael out there now to... And they're for free blues. A free in for Ballypickas again. Michael Fitz now going to centre forward now. Out on Pat Connor was sort of dominating. The great chap, you know, would be a stronger man out there, centre forward. Out to try and stop Pat Connor from hurling. And a free in now to be taken by Tierney. Tierney stands over the ball. Tierney lifts and strikes. And the ball he strikes is gone wide. Gone wide. Paddy Brendan drive the ball back out again. Paddy taking his time. The ball back out again by Paddy. Out to the middle of the field again between Brendan Keogh and Mick Malone. The two miss it. Pat Fitz on it. Free should have been given there, I think, by Pat. Dan Dalton has it. Dan strikes her. Up to David Phelan. Brian Larkin makes it a swipe at it. Misses. He's on the ground. Paddy Gorman puts in the hurl. Paddy has in the... He loses it. And a pull by Mick Malone. A free out now for Ballypickas again. The referee now, I think, taking Mick Malone. No, he takes Kevin Farrell. I think Mick Malone was the man he should have been taken. Now, a long ball is going to be taken by Tony O'Dea. Tony, who was hurling full back, but moved across to Laois' brother hurl last day. John unfortunately couldn't make it this evening due to an injury. Dan Dalton on the ball. Paddy Gorman's after him. And Dan strikes it in. A great ball in by Dan Dalton. Up to Sean Murray. Sean has it in his hand. He lets it fall. He gathers it again. And Sean puts it over the bar. A great score by Sean Murray. Great ball being by Dan Dalton again. Dan now playing at the middle of the field on Paddy Gorman. Tony Day to drive this one. A long ball out by Tony Day. Out to Shane Mack. Shane in the hand, but he lets it fall. Shane after it again. He loses it. Tom Connor. They're all in routing. Give him a shovel, boys. Mick Malone has it. And Mick Malone drives it back in again. Into Frank Hall. Frank Hall beats it back out. Frank Hall having a great game here at full back. Not giving his man an inch. Dangerous ball in. Tony Carter gathers. And Torty drives it back out over to Tom Connor. Tom keeps a line ball for Colt. Tony Carter having a great game in the goals. Line ball now by Colt to be taken by Kevin Farrell. Kevin, a brother of Jimmy's. Kevin, a big man. Shane Dunn strikes the ball back over to Kevin for it to be taken. Big crowd here in Rahineska this evening. Both set supporters getting behind their teams. And the ball to be taken by Kevin, a bad ball. Into Ben Brennan. Ben has it. And Ben strikes down the field. Out to Jappy Fitz and Pat Connor. A great tussle here. Jappy upsetting Pat Connor here at the moment. A great hand pass into Rocky Dalton. Rocky gets it. Rocky has it. And Rocky strikes. In around the square into Paul Brennan. Oh, great ball. Well held by PJ Moffat. And PJ clears. Back out to Jappy Fitz though. Bad clearance by PJ. Oh. And a free in again for Mick Fitz. Mick Fitz causing quite a few problems here since he went to centre forward. He's down injured at the moment. Foul, heavy foul on Mick Fitz by Pat O'Connor there. And Mick gets up and goes on. The Colt management now are getting angry at the referee. Great strike in. Oh, another ball wide by Shane Mack. The free take and let him down here. 8-6 in favour of Colt. Ballypickas getting very hard to get back on level terms with Colt. Paddy taking his time again. Long ball out by Paddy again. Now on top of... Oh, great catch by Paddy Gorman. And Paddy drives it back in again. And great ball clearance by PJ Moffat. PJ having a good game on Ray Dalton at full back. Straight to Paddy Gorman. Paddy gets it. And Paddy was fouled, but the referee says play on. And Jappy Fitz gets it again. Jappy loses it. And Dan Dalton clears it again. Tony Day and Tommy Power. A race between the two of them. Tommy has it in his hand. And Tommy clears it back in again. Brendan Keogh. Tom Connor clears it out to Tony Day. Tony has it. And Tony clears it down the field again. Straight to Tommy Power. Tommy Power gathers and Tommy furs it in. A great strike by Tommy. A great score by Tommy Power. A great score by Tommy Power. So a bad ball from Tony Day. Tony Carter now to drive this one out again. Tony drives her out. Out to Tom Collar, makes a swing at, misses. Pat Fitz has it. And Pat misses. Ben Brennan back after. Brian Larkin back after. Ben strikes. And Brian clears it again. Down to Ben Brennan. Tom Connor. Out to Paul Brennan. Paul strikes. Didn't get back to, meant for Michael Fitz. Jappy has it again. And Jappy Fitz getting a great ball into Paul Brennan, but Paul fails to capitalise on it. Oh, great block down by Paul Brennan again. Shane Mack on it. A line ball again. Line ball for Colt. Ballypickas getting it very hard now at the moment. Colt on top of their game. Line taking up the field. Dan Dalton. Paddy Gorman drives it back in again. Into Rocky. Rocky Dalton pulls. Hits the post and back out. And cleared back out again. Great defending by Colt here. Ballypickas had 2 shots on goal. And yet it's kept out. Controversy here at the moment. The referee going in here into the umpires. Ballypickas feel this was a goal. The umpire's given a 65. 65 for Ballypickas. I think we'll have to look for the video of this one.
Maybe get from another angle, Jim.
The angle of that is not a great one. Michael John here to take this 65. Colt now winning by 3 points, 9-6. Strikes it in, Tierney. Back into the square again. Back out. Sean. Cleared out by Pat Connor again. Out to a push by Brian Brennan and one of the Colt players here. On Kevin Farr. Foul now on Kevin Farr. Kevin to take the free himself. Pat Connor coming across to take it now. Colt after doing some stout defending here. Ballypickas have threatened the goal, but unfortunately held to get them goals. The old diehards for Colt here urging on our team. Mick Dalton and Dan Scully and Willie Stackpole here and Johnson and Tommy Brennan. Ball gone into Frank Hall. A pull across Frank Hall here, but back into Tommy Power. Tommy getting hard to rise it, but Tommy rise it. Tommy gone. 65 for Colt. Deflection off it. Tony Day. 65 now for Colt. Ballypickas getting it very hard here now to score. John Sinner running into Johnny's troops for Colt here. Noel O'Brien going into Chappie Fitz here to give him a drink. Can Ballypickas do the double inside the week? Or will the Fires be burning the cobbers tonight? Great strike by Dan Dalton from the 65. And first for Dan. Goes wide. Goes wide for Dan. The ball poked out here now by Tony Day. The referee blowing up the whistle. Sub here now for Colt. Larry Connor. Another man has come out of the wilderness. Haven't seen him hurled for the last 3 or 4 years. The sub going off here now is young Michael Dalton. Michael, a young player. Larry Connor coming in, years of experience here, coming in corner forward, and Brian Larkin. Brian after hurling well here. Great ball by Tony Day. Out to middle of the field. Pat Fitz on the ball. Brendan Keogh has it. Dan Dalton has it. Pasty Dan. Dan clears it up to Larry Connor. Larry's first touch. Cross, bad ball. Tony Day gets it. Tony should have been a free out on Tony, I think. Tommy Power over it. Mick Malone. They're all pulling. Mick Malone still pulling. And Brendan Keogh has it. He's being held coming out. He clears. Out to Shane Mack and Paddy Gowan, both miss. And Shane Mack pulls. And he pulls and misses. And Paddy Gorman pulls. Out to Jappy Fitz. Pat Connor tricks him. And Pat Connor clears. Oh, he doesn't. A great block down by Paddy Gorman there. Or Shane Mack it was. And Shane after. No one to help him out. Shane drives it, but no one to help him out. Oh, Shane Dunn clears it back up the field for Larry Connor. Has his hand again. Larry after causing a problem since he came in here. Straight into the square. A goal for Colt. A goal for Colt here now. A body blow for Ballypickas. 1-9 for Colt, 6 points for Ballypickas. I think the game is going for Ballypickas at the moment. Man down injured here for Ballypickas. Referee calls a halt to it. Pat Fitz down injured. Pat playing very well at the moment. Taking a few heavy knocks. Colt supporters going wild here with excitement here. I see Mrs. Grant here urging on her troops. None of her sons playing today.
Quiet woman, she's usually saying that.
Pat's injured now, I think. He's getting up, but Martin McWee's making way, is he? Martin McWee's making his way in, and Pat Fitz coming off injured. Martin first didn't start the game due to hamstring. Martin in now. Martin who won a senior county medal 1992 with Ballyroan. Colt win by the margin of 6 points. And the ball drew down the field by Tony Day now from the puck out. Out to Tom Connor. Out to Paddy Gorman, Shane Mack. Hard to see which must switch with the two black helmets, the two big men as well. Line ball for Ballypickas at the moment. The line ball will be taken by Shane Mack. Shane drives it in to Paul Brennan. Paul drives it but gets a bad stroke. And Colt clears a great ball back up the field by out to Larry Connor and Brian Larkin. Larry causing a bit of problems here now. Larry drives into Tommy Power. Tommy causing a few problems here as well. Tony Day. Oh, Tony fouls him. Gives away a free. Away a free by Tony here. Simple free now for Colt to be tapped over the bar again by Dan Dalton. Tony gets the black book. Ballypickas losing their way slightly now at the moment. The Colt camp the happiest of the two at the moment. Dan Dalton to take this free once again. Dan strikes her straight over the bar. Dan rarely misses. Dan making the difference there, system into the middle of the field. Tony drives the ball out again. Long high ball out. Shane Mack misses. Pat Connor gathers. He loses it. Mick Malone is in it. Brendan Keogh has it. Brendan strikes it. Down to Martin McWee. Out to John Fitz. John Fitz has it. He gets it hard to get up. He pucks out to Tierney. Tierney misses it. They all miss it. Jimmy Farrell. Mick Farrell gets it. Out to Mick Malone. Mick gathers it. Mick has it. Mick passes it back to Dan Dalton. And Mick clears again. Out to Ben Brennan. Ben pulls. Straight out to Kevin Farrell. Up to Tommy Power. Out over the line for a Ballypickas line ball now. Good entertaining game here. Colt winning now 110 to 6 points, 7 points the difference. Tommy Power has it again. He misses, he fails to get it. He drives it back in across the square. Brian Larkin out for this Tony Carter. And Sod clears it out to the wing. Out to Brian Scully, out to Dan Dalton. Dan has it, he hand passes to Brian Scully. And Brian makes a mess of it. Now Paddy Gorman on the ball. Paddy going on the wing. Oh, bad hand pass across. Paul Brendan got it. And Paddy strikes. Into the square again. Jappy has it. John Fitz makes a swipe, but a bad miss. Laois Rutan going on here now in a moment. Jappy is over it, getting plenty of hardship. Rocky. Jappy makes a swipe. We're getting hard to get out at the moment. Colt. Pat Connor coming out with it. Pat loses it. Tierney has it. Tierney misses it. He swipes it. Into Rocky Dalton. Rocky Dalton has it. Rocky on the run. Into Paddy Gorman. Now the goalie comes out. Paddy Brennan gathers. Well, the referee blows his whistle. Free in for Ballypickas. Close in free here now for Ballypickas. I think they might go for a goal here. They could do a Paul Flynn of Waterford on this one. Who's going to take this free? Rocky Dalton is going to take this. Big man, Rocky. Be a power, maybe blast it straight to the net. Ballypickas need a goal. Who's going to take this free? Nobody knows at the moment. Rocky Dalton has the ball in his hand now. I think Rocky's going to take it. Rocky lifts this and strikes and lashes to the net. A great goal by Rocky Dalton. 1-6 for Ballypickas, 1-10 for Colt. 4 points of difference again. Now the Ballypickas supporters are getting lively here now at the moment. A good set of supporters from both sides here. Paddy Brennan drive this one out now again. Paul Brennan Keogh, Michael Tierney, Paul Brennan on the ground. Brennan, Dan Dalton drives up the field. Tommy Powers gone in like a rabbit, and Tony Day draws across him. A great save by Frank Hall. The referee allows the play to go on, give him the advantage. Good refereeing. Dan gets a free this time. The referee going to Tony Day. I think Tony is going to get a yellow card this time for his little bit of a swipe on Tommy Power. Tommy causing quite a few problems at the moment. The referee having a word now with Tony O'D. Yellow card now for Tony. Dan to take this again. Dan strikes it over the bar. Sub now for Colt. Austin Kavanagh coming back in again. Brian Scully coming off. Not Kavanagh coming back in. Austin is an old soldier of many years. Still going strong. Brendan Keogh on the ball. Surrounded by 2 Colt men. He drives it down to Paul Brennan. Paul drives it into Raymond Dalton. And Rocky has it. He runs into 2 or 3 lads. He half hits it. Coming back out. Not gone out yet. The ball's still in play, but it's gone back in again. Back in round the Colt square. Murta McWee makes a drive ahead. It's come back out by Dan. Dan having a great game here. Dan's all over the place. Back out to Brendan Keogh. And Brendan clears. Back in again. Over to Pat Connor. Pat gathers. And Pat drives it back out again. Out to his own brother Larry. From Connor to Connor. Larry Connor, Austin Kavanagh makes a swipe pad. And Austin's still after it. Brendan Keogh drives it back down. Larry Connor on the ball. Larry loses it. A free on Larry Connor by Shane Mack. Larry causing a few problems since he came in here. Free up now for Colt. Taken by Dan Dalton once again. Great shouting around here now at the moment. 5 points in now for Colt once again. Can Ballypickas pull off the double?
Did we do it? Wow.
Or will the cup be going down close Cullen tonight? Great strike by Dan. Out to Tommy Power again. Tommy's fumbling. He has it in his hand. And then Tommy strikes. Hits the post and back out. Hit Brendan Keogh on the ball. Brendan getting it hard to get up. 5 minutes remaining on the clock. And Brendan Keogh clears it. Long ball out to Paul Brennan. Paul gathers in his hand. Paul causing a few problems here now for Pat Connor at the moment. Murta has it. Murta's about to set off on a solo run. And great hand pass in to Tierney. Great hand pass into the corner. Tierney's on the run. Tierney's through. Going to blast it. And he buries it. A great goal by Tierney. Great hand pass in from Murta McWee. Ball gathered by Paul Brennan down to Murta McWee into Tierney. Now the scoreline reads 2-6 for the boys from the Cobblers. 1-11 for the Colt men. 2 points of difference. Patrick Brennan. The crowd are getting excited now. The ball drove out now by Patrick Brennan. Out to Paddy Brennan. Brendan Keogh. A great game here, centre back. He's held up. A free back in for Brendan Keogh for Pickas. Pickas now getting a bit of momentum going here. Tierney throws the helmet off. Tierney now with a score of 1-3 from play. The chairman, Mr. Ned O'Dea, issuing instructions to Michael John. Can Michael John make the heading this week again? Great ball in. Great ball in by Tierney. All the way into the square. And the goal again. Another goal for Pickas. And now Pickas lead by 1 point. 3-6 for Pickas. 1-11 for Colt. As the saying goes, goals win matches. And Ballypickas on the roll. Tierney drives it back into the square again. A long ball in. A score for Tierney. And now the Pickas boys are on fire here. With minutes remain on the clock. 2 points in it for Pickas. Can Pickas withstand this challenge of the Colt men? Back into Paul Brennan. Paul gathers. He loses. He drives it into John Fitz. John South. Oh, John South fouls Paha Connor. The scoreline now reads for Ballypickas 3-7, 1-11 to Colt. 2 points difference. What a turnaround in the space of 5 minutes. 2 points. Can Ballypickas pull it off like last Sunday? Come from behind way down through the match to win by the single point. A great ball in by Paha Connor. A great ball. The ball is in. It's coming back out. Pickas clear it out. Who has it? Nobody knows. Brendan Keogh has it. Ben Brennan. Tom Connor. Down the field of Paha Connor. He's left loose on his own. 2 men go out on him. Pat drives across. A great ball across. Cleared in by Mick Farrell. Into Sean Murray. Sean gathers. And Sean is fouled. Controversial foul, I think. Now a short close in free for Colt. Will they go for the goal or not? Minutes on the clock. Can Colt revive? Pull one back. Colt officials now worried men on the line here. Scratching their heads. I don't know if it's the midgets or the score is worrying them at the moment. The Ballypickas officials are roaring at the boys to go back on the line. Dan steps over this one. Is Dan going to go for a goal? Will he go for a goal? Will he go for a point? Time is nearly up. Can this be the winner for Colt? No, he goes for the point. Nothing. 1 point separating the sides now. Can the boys from the Cobblers pull it off? Or can Colt come back and get a draw with this? Time be delayed now. Sub coming on here now for Ballypickas. The great Robert Orr. Scored in Ballypickas that will never be seen again. The man who's after smoking 20 fags since before he came in. He's on fire coming in here. The ball be driven out by Tony Day. Long ball out. Up to Austin Kavanagh, Pat Connor and Mick Malone. Tierney drives it in. Tierney has it. And the referee blows a free in for nobody knows. Only the referee at the moment. Free be taken now by Pat Connor. Long free now. This will be Pat to drive it in again. The Ballypickas officials are getting angry here. Good ball in now. Straight into Brendan Keogh and Mick Malone. Now Dan Dalton has it. Paddy Gorman has it. He loses it. It comes out to David Phelan. He drives it in. Brendan Keogh has it. And Brendan clears it out. It's coming down close. Morton McAwee has it. Morton gathers. He's standing over it. The man is free down for Ballypickas. Free for Ballypickas. Man down injured at the moment, Paddy Gorman here. Cold officials now, worried men here, they're getting a little bit excited. They're getting hassling the referee now. No need for to be hassling the referee just because you're losing. They're all having a great laugh at the end of it though, that's what counts, end of the day. A long ball is going to be driven in again by Tierney. Ballypickas hoping to get another score out of this. The referee calling back the whistle. The Ballypickas man still out injured, Patrick Gorman, having a fine game in the middle of the field here. His father won a Junior A medal in 1985. Ball being held, time being held, play being held up now at the moment here. Tierney to strike this free now. Standing over his red helmet. And Tierney drives in. He gives 100. 100 into the square. Robert Orr goes up for it. Paul Brennan. Robert Orr swings. He misses. It's into Paddy Brennan. The goalie clears out. Out the field again. Out over the sideline. Ball gone. No. Sideline ball for Ballypickas. Time must be up. The Ballypickas crowd are roaring for the referee to blow the whistle. The boys from the Cobblers are slight margin of a point they're winning by. Time must be up now. Nobody knows what times to play. Ned Day comes to the wire to listen to some instructions. The ball be taken by great ball by Paddy Gorman. Straight into Big Fart, he clears it back out. Doesn't get ahead big clearance. Paddy Bryan goes for it. Morton McAwee has it. Morton bulldozes through everyone. Morton strikes it across. Tierney has it. He'll be heading for pace. This man has been heavy training for the last 9 months. And he takes on his man. He's gone through. Will he score? He throws it back out to Brendan Brennan. Brendan Brennan loses it. Tom Connor has it. A pull in Tom Connor. And Thomas block. A free in for Brendan Keogh. A pull down there by Mick Malone. He gives the advantage now to Ballypickas. Will Tierney put this one over? Free now from about maybe 50 yards out. Will Tierney score this one? Tierney strikes her. He strikes her. He puts it up straight over the green paint on the crossbar. And the Bison, the Cobblers now looking closer to victory now. Paddy Gorman again, Tierney again, he strikes it in. Another dangerous ball in around the square. Rocky Dalton he loses it. Out to PJ Moffat. Out to Stephen Sinnott. A lot of scrabbling going. Robert Orr swings at it. Eamon Laney swings at it. Back out to Dan. Can Dan do something with this ball? He clears it up the field. Morton McAwee falls back. Morton has it. Morton loses it. No one to help him out though. Everybody a free in. A free in now for Mick Malone. Can Colt get something out of this? A dangerous lead to have for Ballypickas, 2 points the difference. Dan Dalton to hit this one. Dan and Dalton from Colt and Raymond from Ballypickas, first cousins here today. Paul Brennan gathers. Paul Brennan coming out. He hand passes out to Tom Connor. Tom Connor cleared. Out to Murty McAwee again. Murty misses. Dan on the run. What's Dan going to do with this? He shoots it in. He drives it into the square. Brendan Keogh out. In on the square. Tony Day has it. Tony kicks it out. And the victory for the boys from the Cobblers. They say, we've done it once, can you do it twice? Ballypickas, after doing the double in the space of 6 days. On the score line of 3-8 for Ballypickas, 1-12 for Colt. Colt so dominant in this game. A great victory for the boys for the Cobblers. The Ballypickas supporters are fairly lively this evening now. The bonfires will be blazing on the Cobblers tonight again. We'll be drinking into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Scully Skip Carme produced the pallets to the Cobblers tonight. A great performance here by Michael John Tierney here. Murty McAwee introduced the sub. Jappy Fitz, Frank Calla full back, centre back, Brendan Keogh, Paddy Gorham, Shea Mack middle of the field.
John, you don't go away, don't be
Michael Lester.
I suppose once again congratulate Ballypickas bringing off the double and coming from behind again, of course, and making a habit of it now. But hard luck to Colt. They were there, and I suppose you could say they had it won, and maybe they thought they had it won, I don't know, but that's the look of the thing, and that's when things are going right for you, they go right for you. And it fell into place there for Ballypickas. Great credit is due to them, a small country club, the same as Colt, who put an awful lot of effort into it. And I just want to say hard luck to Colt. Congratulations to Ballypickas on doing the double. And the festival is on in Timahoe, you can pull in there on the way home. So that's it's a thanks to Dan, the referee, and his officials, and the Park Ratneska club for the condition of the pitch. So it gives me great pleasure here to present the cup to Shane. I think it's Shane McAvoy. All right.
Lads, Liam Whelan stood up here last week and he said this is an unbelievable feeling, and to be honest I didn't know what he felt until now. Lads, I can't tell you how good this feels. I want to thank a few people. I want to thank the selectors, Tony Carter. I can't even remember their fucking names. Ned Day and Pat Dooley. The men behind the scenes, boys. Tony Carter, Tom Call. But boys, there's one man in particular I'd like to thank for this. He came in at the start of the year and turned everything around for us, lads. And that's Kieran Savage here beside me. I'd like to thank Colt for a very sporting game, boys. You were very unlucky. Boys, 3 cheers for Colt. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! To the Cobblers Hill, boys.
I'll kill you stone dead.
A little bit of an interruption here by Kathleen Grant here from Colt here. in to offer her condolences or commiserate.
Hurling against them.
Kathleen, have you anything to say?
The best of luck.
Thanks
I
very
can't
much,
say
Mrs.
no.
G.
Kathleen's taking it all in good tartars.
He's that age to come to court. I slipped up, that's all. And he won it for Ballypickas, that's the only thing.
Nice words from Kathleen Grant there. Well, Michael, coming into the game today, what do you think?
I thought I needed a hurl anyway, was the first thing, so I went to Tom Cal for one. He gave me 2. But I know we're a couple of good young lads there in the centre and a couple of experienced lads in the full forward line and the full back line where you need them, so I knew we had a team there to pull through.
It's 2003 since you last held a hurl, and your first game back was 1 week ago.
I suppose you look at it that way, I'm not doing too bad, but still a bit rusty still. I could work on it for a while, but could have went with the junior A's last week, but I said I'd stick with the junior B's, but I said I'd stick with the C's and see how we got on, so it looked like it was a good decision.
Well, there's always a next year for the junior A's, Michael. Looking at you today, it looks like you didn't lose any of that hurling.
Still a small bit, sure. Some say it's natural. I think the outlet's from Tip, so that's where I might come from.
Tipperary blood, of course. You scored 1-3, I think, or 1-4, was it?
I couldn't tell you. Dinny would probably tell you now sooner than I would. He's claiming another goal there from 60 yards, so I don't know whether it's true or not.
Well, a senior county medal last year.
And a junior C this year.
And a junior C this year. Some step back, is it?
No, not a big step back. It's a big step back from Croke Park, all right. But
How does it feel this to win a junior C medal?
it's great. County finals, county final, and county medals, county medal. I'm delighted.
That's great, Michael. Thanks very much.
Very much, Joe Raleigh.
Well, Brennan, yourself, Paul Brennan made a return to the green and gold after, I suppose, being in the wilderness for the last 2 years. I think from pure Ned Day getting on to you finally gave in. How does it feel after to come back and win a junior C medal?
Sure, but the win makes all the difference. It's great. For Ballypickas to win the double is unique. I think it's the first time there's ever done to win 2 championships in 1 year. So it's absolutely great. Also, Parry McMahon and Michael John here made a huge difference coming back. Michael John was outstanding there again today, so he was.
Well, it was looking bad for long periods of the game. Colt dominated up 4, 5 points, 6 points. Actually went 7 points ahead, maybe 10 or 12 minutes left. How did you feel?
Like last Sunday, the boys started plugging away, and the same happened today. Our boys started battling away. Eventually the scores came. Maybe we had a bit of luck, but you need a bit of luck to win a final, I suppose.
Did you think we were going to win when we were 7 points down?
I suppose it was looking a bit shaky, but we stayed battling away, and that was the main thing. We got the result anyway, that's the main thing.
One more question. You're now going up Junior B. There's a few more years left in you. We'll be back Junior A next year.
I'll have to give it fierce consideration, Jimmy.
Thanks, Brennan. Gave a great display today. I'll do that. I'll do that. You ready? Well, Shane, probably one of your most critics all over the year, and you're captain today. How does it feel to win a Junior C title?
I can't tell you. Jim said it short now. Liam said it last week. That it was an unbelievable feeling, and I couldn't agree more with him. I can't describe. I couldn't even remember the boys' names when I was mentioning them out there. Like, it's just an unbelievable feeling. It still hasn't sunk in properly yet. So
overcoming emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
You're 18 years of age. You're in a minor semi-final, I believe, as well.
Yeah, 18 years of age. We're a bit well by the Harps the other day. I'm not 18 yet. I'm 18 in 2 months. But, yeah.
Well, how does it feel when you're 7 points down?
It was unbelievable. Like, I didn't think we were going to do it, to be honest with you. And sure, I don't know how you didn't think that looking at you boys last week. You know, Jim, a broken finger and all. And
Memories of Tim Mahal come back to you during the game, Ranton?
No.
Never came into your head.
It was a different game, different team.
Thought you were dead and buried 7 points down?
No, never thought we were dead and buried. No, because the boys will always pull it out of fire. Ballypickas will always do that. I was expecting Rocky to score that penalty and things to rise after that. And
goals win matches.
Goals win matches. You can see the scoreboard out there. It's the very same. So,
come on, Shane. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much. Okay.
Well, Kieran, how does it feel to win a junior title after winning a Junior B last week?
Well, I don't think many people would give us much of a chance of pulling off the double at the beginning of the year, but that sport, anything can happen, and it has happened for us. It's wonderful to win 2 in 1 year.
Did memories of last Sunday ever come into your mind?
Well, a few times. I think we felt the same despair a few times there, but somehow we always knew there was something in it, and there was something about this year all through that, you know, I suppose the whole year we probably only lost 2 or 3 matches, so I suppose that speaks for itself, you know. So the team was playing well before today, and they didn't let us down again. You know that it was a great fighting display. They could have given up several times. I think we must have been 7 points down at one stage at least, and for to come back and pull that back and win by 2 was great, wonderful altogether. Fair play to the lads. I mean, it's the boys in the field obviously that won it, and they really done us proud today.
Times during the year, maybe lads not turning up for training, maybe 7-8 in training. Did you ever think about throwing in the towel, or what do you think of these group of lads?
Sure. There's times you would, all right, but isn't it better than watching Coronation Street and Emmerdale and all that? You might be out pucking the ball if you do something good.
I think. Are you the lucky home in the club this year?
Well, I don't know. Luck is a help, but luck doesn't win championships. It's hard work that wins championships. So it is. 7
points down. What's it feel like? Maybe 10-15 minutes remaining.
You're just hoping that the lucky break will come. And when Ray Dalton took the 21 and stuck it, I think we knew then that somehow that it was going to be ours. Just the momentum was with us then, and we got a few more then to see us through to the end, and that was brilliant.
Will the fires be burning the cobblers again?
Yeah, I think we'll light a few, all right.
One more.
I hope the police don't come out after us.
One more question. Will you be at the Helen again next year?
Difficult to say. AGMs are funny things, and times can change and all that. It's hard to know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We'll see what way we winter.
Thanks, Kieran.
Thanks very much.